What's up, fight fans? You're tuned in to the Global Fight Talk Show. I'm your host, Sav Maddox. That is my co-host, Dallas Owens, and we're being joined by a very special guest, fighting out of the great nation of Israel, 8-0, 9-time national champion, European bronze medalist, one of the slickest boxers out there, David Alaverdian. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. And I'm not gonna forget my co-host, Dallas. What's going on over there? How you doing too, bro?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, man. Just getting by. Tweaked my back a little bit carrying pig food, but other than that, firing on all cylinders, feeling good.
I hate that happened to you because now every time we talk about somebody being old, you finna tell us about how you hurt your back. You're always talking about how
Yep.
old you are, like you're 60 years old or something.
I went to the freaking eye doctor, and I hurt my back carrying pig food. I am old.
Well, let's get to the
There's no
fight.
way to live.
David Alaverdian, like I said, you're returning to the ring February 22nd after a very long time off. Start with talking about how that process has been. You've been out of the ring for a couple of years. Obviously, you've been training, but you haven't been able to compete. How you feeling about that whole process?
I feel good. I know that ring rust is a real thing, but I was sparring and I feel good. I'm still in shape. I was always around boxing. I went back home. I was coaching all that time, so I always stayed in shape. I'm excited to come back. Don't feel very nervous, not yet anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Has there been any mental struggles though, like just not being in the ring? Is there anything that you've had to deal with from being outside of the ring?
No, no, boxing is not does not define me as a person. If I
Mm-hmm.
don't box, it doesn't make me depressed or anything like that. I have a good life. I have a good woman. I have a good family. I have good friends. Even without boxing, when the day I quit, I'm gonna have a good life. So I did not struggle for a bit.
And that separates you
And
from a lighter fighters, doesn't it? People that don't
that's
have a life
incredibly
outside of
healthy.
boxing.
Yep.
What about the positives from being out of the ring? What have you been able to take away, and how have you been able to improve your game over that time period?
It's not that I improved my game. I was always. I think I'm still the same boxer I was. Do I feel like I improved? It maybe in certain things, but nothing major. I did pick up on coaching a lot, and that's something that I'm very, very happy about. I enjoy it, and that's definitely something I'm gonna do more when I quit.
Your fight's coming up on February 22nd. That's Saturday. Is against Josue Morales, 31-16-4. I was been looking him up, and his last 5 wins were all by knockout, and all of them were within 3 rounds. 4 of them out of the 5 were within 2 rounds. As far as that goes, is there to factor in your preparation at all, or do you watch a lot of tape, or prepare for? Do you prepare for power, or is that something that doesn't phase you much at all?
No, it doesn't phase me. He might have power. I have no idea. I watched a little bit of his fights. It looks like a decent boxer. To land a hard punch on somebody, you have to, well, obviously land that punch. I'm very slippery. I'm hard to hit, and I was never knocked down in my life. Forget being knocked out. So, um, obviously, everybody can get caught. Hopefully, it's not gonna happen this time.
Hope and preparation, man. So you've never been down in amateurs, professionals,
No,
practice,
no.
sparring,
I was
anything?
I was uh I was knocked down by
That's
my coach ages ago, but I don't know if we can count it. And I had a semi half flash knockdown that I wouldn't even consider as a knockdown because I didn't even fall. So um yeah, never been a knockdown. Hopefully it's gonna stay this way. Yes, God willing.
So last time you were on the platform, you were explaining how you wanted to fast track to the top. You didn't want to play around in the lower level of the professionals. Obviously, you have a decorated amateur career. Is that still the goal? Are you still trying to get as high as you can, as fast as you can, to the belts, to the top fights, ASAP?
Well, it has changed a bit. It
Okay.
has changed. Not because I don't want to progress fast, because I was um my mindset has kind of changed. I was in a state where I'm gonna rush it, I'm gonna become real world champion, da da da, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I fell into the bubble of, well, if you believe it, that all that law of attraction kind of thing,
Mhm.
and it doesn't. We only hear about the success stories, but we don't hear about the people who tried and it failed, because obviously they failed, so nobody hears the story. Now, I had big aspirations. Injuries came, other problems came, and it didn't come to fruition. Now, I'm not crying about it and say, "Oh, my life sucks," because it just happened. And I'm not gonna be one of these people who say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this," and then if it doesn't happen, I turn out to be a liar. So I just take it one step at a time. I have a very tough opponent in front of me. He had three belts before, so I don't look past him. I'm taking it very seriously, and yeah, I'm not gonna be talking about me being on a fast track after this fight, because we have this fight ahead, and then we'll see what the future holds.
Good. That's good. So, are you still trying to be around what is the 112, 115, 118 area? Do you have your sights set on one particular or
No,
anything like that?
112, 115. I don't think about 118 at the moment. I lost a lot of weight when I went back coaching in Israel, because I'm always on my feet holding pads for people, yelling a lot. So I guess that burns quite a lot of
That
calories as
costs some
well.
calories, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I lost a lot of weight. That's gonna be a very, very easy weight cut for me. Making 112 is, I don't think I ever had it as easy as it's gonna be this time.
You've mentioned twice now your coaching experience. This is all pretty recent, right?
Correct. Yes.
What's the number one thing you can take away so far from being on that side of the midst?
Um, you look at fights differently now. I look at fights and I don't look at it as a fan. And now I kind of pick up things. Oh, he did this. Oh, maybe he should have moved that place and did this instead. So it's kind of cool, because I learn boxing in a different kind of way than I used to. That's
And what about your favorite part of coaching? What gets you into it? What makes you look forward to when you hang them up and you're getting ready to be on that side of the midst permanently?
I can yell at people. That's fun.
That's the number one thing.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Awesome. So
Okay.
how many fighters do you have that you're training right now?
So it's not really fighters, young and upcoming guys
Okay.
back in Israel, and just a group. I only been coaching for what, 4 or 5 months now,
Okay.
so that's not enough to prepare somebody for a fight. There is a couple guys that I see a bright future for, but it's still very young. It's in the diapers, as we say.
So now that you've got a different point of view looking at boxing, other than just a fan, just a fighter, now with the coaching stuff in mind, looking outside of your own fight and elsewhere in the world, there's been a lot of talk about Crawford, who's our favorite fighter, mine and yours at least. Probably Sav's too. Sav, who's your favorite fighter right now? Favorite boxer, I mean.
Oh man, I don't know, man. Is Wilder retired?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we'll just say it is. And we've been talking about he's moving up two weight classes officially. To me, it's moving up three weight classes. Fight Canelo. Now it's official. With all the hullabaloo with Jake Paul and all that stuff's over. Now it's officially happening. So looking at Bud and with your new point of view, does that change the way you see his fighting? Your appreciation for the way that he fights, and does that factor in, or how does that affect your view on how that fight's going to turn out? With the follow up question of how do you think that fight's going to turn out?
So as we talked a long time ago, it's very, very hard for me to go against Crawford. I think he's one of a kind, not just as a boxer, just as a human being. He's doing a lot for his community. He's not a big spender. You won't see him flashing money all over the place. He's a very, very humble and cool dude, and an amazing boxer. One of the reasons I like to switch stances so much is because of him. So it's very hard for me to go against him, because I really love him and I'm biased towards him. But Canelo is a massive dude. He's big, so I don't think Crawford can knock him out, even though he's very powerful. And I'm sure he does it for the money, because that's gonna generate a lot of money. He's gonna set him up for life. and we all know he's not a big spender, so he's gonna use that money properly. And he already has a lot of money, and a lot of real estate as of interviews that I watched. So I think that's another money fight for him, maybe a retirement fight.
I kind of hope it is a retirement fight, win or lose. I mean, my perspective is I ain't never bet against him before. I'm not going to start betting against him now. Taking into account the greatness of Canelo because he is a great fighter. It's just it's not even like it's not even that argument of like there's levels or whatever. It's just there's something so incredibly once in a lifetime special about Bud in particular and his craft and the way he gets things done without
Yeah.
getting all granular about it or anything. I like truly think that he can pull this off. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be a knockout, but I think he can do it. I have full faith in him, and if he doesn't, I'm not going to think any less of him.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I like what you said about a potential retirement fight. Last time me and Dallas were talking about this, I said myself, if this fight is next for both of them, um, I really don't see either one of them fighting again. Do you see the same thing with Canelo? If he makes this insane fight with Terrence Crawford, do you think he walks away as well?
I think he should. I don't know if he will, but I think he should. I think he's slowed down. He doesn't look as impressive in his recent fights. I think it's about time. He's done enough in the sport. He's done enough for Mexico. So I don't see a reason for him to stay in boxing for much longer. Same
I
for
agree.
Crawford. He's done pretty much everything possible. He got all the belts in a couple of weight classes. He destroyed one of the top five half pound boxers, completely destroyed him.
Yeah,
What else do you want from the guy? Just let him have his piece.
I agree with
it's
that.
time.
However, I have to jump in and say that it's the Canelo deal with Turkey or Riyadh season or whatever is officially a four-fight deal. So he'll be
Mhm.
fighting Skull in May, I think, to become undisputed, fully undisputed again, and then he'll be fighting Crawford in September. And then officially, he's got two more fights. However, he was on like a 10-fight deal with the Zone not too long ago, and I think he got about four of those in before he bounced out. He's got enough money and will definitely have enough money to get out of any contract he needs to. So I agree with y'all. I hope he retires, but for some reason, I don't think he's going to immediately. Canelo, that is. I think, but Crawford's going to retire. I think.
Well, and correct me either one of y'all if I'm wrong. I think these contracts are the length of the contract is only to keep you exclusively fighting for the platform. I don't think it means that you like technically owe them 4 fights. I think just like you have to, if you are to have any more fights, it has to be under their banner. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have no idea, but maybe.
Okay. I think that's what
I'm
it is.
on
Okay. David, we kind of talked about this a little bit last time as well, but we kind of talked a little bit about weight cut, and obviously we talked a little bit about it with Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. He'll be moving up in weight. How do you feel about the weight cutting culture in all of fighting, MMA and boxing, all of it? Everybody's trying to get as low as they can, have a little bit of a weight advantage over their opponent. Do you think it's something that we should get rid of, or do you think it has a special place in the combat sports?
It's very hard to get rid of something like this. I know that in MMA, in one championships, they have the rehydration kind of thing they put together. I know
Yeah.
that some people can walk around it with a certain amount of weight they can cut off. I think that's pretty good, but it's very dangerous, especially in boxing, because they cut a lot of weight and get hit a lot in the head. And we hear about boxers dying constantly, at least five, six boxers a year. Recently,
Right.
somebody died. If you guys seen it,
Yeah.
so it happens a lot in boxing. In MMA, they cut way more weight, but the thing is, they don't keep their head being pounded on. It's
Mhm.
like you get hurt, you fall down, you either get submitted or you get finished off. In boxing, you fall down, you get 10 seconds to recover, and then you get pounded again. Then you have a brain bleeding and you're done. So it's tough. It's a tough thing. So I think we should get kind of find a way to fix it. Maybe the way they do it in one championship is the way to do it. I don't know if they will implement it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's I think they're doing it the right way, the best way. And like you said, it is going to be hard if we're going to go in that direction because there's so many different sanctioning bodies, especially across sports. in different athletic commissions. But I think that is definitely the number one way to go. Get rid of the IVs, get rid of the large weight cutting, and keep it safe for the fighters.
When's your fight? How do we watch it? How do we get a hold of it? And send me the link. But answer the question and then later send me.
Yeah. So I don't know where it's gonna be streamed just yet. All I've been told is gonna be a day or two before the fights, because obviously people want the promoter wants to sell the tickets first, and but there will be a live for sure, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And what about your socials? So everybody
Awesome,
tuning
man.
in can find you. Yeah.
David underscore Alaverdian, same on Facebook. David underscore Alaverdian on Instagram. That's about it. TikTok, same thing.
You're pointing the wrong direction, Dallas.
Not on my camera, I'm not. In my monitor, I'm pointing right at David's name.
Okay.
Pretend I'm doing
Well,
that, folks at home.
yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Everybody, again, thanks for tuning in. Make sure y'all support David Alaverdian. He's fighting on February 22nd. He's an upcoming boxer. He's gonna be a world champion. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, keep up with the page, tap in with the merch, and have a great night.